Hi, my name is Shari Doherty, and I'm a 54-year-old lady in red, in Act 2 of my career and living my best life. My perspective on life and behaviors have been governed by who I was as a child, who I became, and who I am still striving to be. People my age are beautiful, bold, confident, and full of wisdom, and truly, the encore of the story of your life is still when the best songs are yet to be sung. My mission in this podcast is to shine the spotlight on people like me, have real conversations about reinvention stories, and inspire you to continue to follow your dreams regardless of your age. I'm doing it for Daisy. Who are you doing it for? Good day and welcome to today's episode of the Encore Podcast. Today is Friday, March the 10th, and we had scheduled a solo episode for me because I have been out and about and doing some amazing travels and having some great adventures for the last 2 weeks that I thought I would share with you all about. The interesting part is that I thought I would have more to say about all these adventures that I've been on than I actually have to say, and I have some odd feelings about all of that, which I thought I'll just be honest and raw and share them all with you. So just for context, I have been traveling for pretty much 2 weeks. The first week I was in Mexico with a group of 20 friends, which was great. We had a fantastic time. This group of friends was actually my COVID bubble. So if you all remember, at that time we were only allowed to have 10 friends. And so my group of friends actually got together on Saturday nights and we played dominoes. That is what we did to keep our sanity. And I remember with that group of friends saying, okay, when this is all over, we are all going to Mexico and we're going to play dominoes on a beach and we're going to have margaritas and we're going to laugh and hopefully remember this ever happened and that we are all healthy and be grateful that we made it through. And a lot of people talk, but my fantastic friend group actually made it happen. So that was pretty exciting. We spent a great week in Mexico. It was 30 degrees and the sky was blue and it was hot every single day. It was that kind of hot where you actually have to get in the pool. It's so hot. So that was amazing. We had some great food and we had some great fun, and it was really great to be with a group of people and just unplug pretty much for a week and relax, which was fantastic and very needed. I will share, however, that I'm not really good at relaxing. It's just not my thing. And I was really good and I put my phone away on the Sunday when we got on the plane and I didn't even look at it or think about it really until about the Thursday. And the reason that I did that actually is work related. I had a fantastic colleague who was backing me up and managing my business for me while I was away. So shout out to Rob Francis for doing that for me. However, as I've shared, I'm in real estate. And on that Friday, I had a deal that was due to firm up. And I just wanted to know. I didn't want to have to wonder. And it would probably have made me a little bit more nutty to just be curious and see what happened. So I turned my phone on and I happily found out that my deal had firmed up. So that was wonderful news. But then once you've turned it on, you look at one thing and you look at another thing and then you connect with your kids and then you really don't turn it off again. So that was my bad. I do, however, often reflect on the fact that someone once said that you need to build a life that you don't need a vacation from. And I actually feel that way. Terry and I, on a day-to-day basis, love our life. We have a great group of friends. We have awesome family. We have a beautiful home and good careers and all the good things. And we're just really happy doing life and being in our life on a day-to-day basis. And I'm not really very good at relaxing. So relaxing for 4 or 5 days was great for me. But I didn't really need to fully relax for the remaining couple of days. And I did obviously enjoy myself and I did not actively work. However, I had my phone on and I peeked in on a few things that I wanted to make sure got taken care of. We then actually flew back to Toronto, and in true Doherty fashion, life is crazy and we do way too many things, but the friend group vacation was actually back-to-back weeks with the annual RE/MAX conference, and I love to go to conference, so we wanted to make sure we could make that happen as well. So we flew back to Toronto, slept one night in Toronto, and then got back on a different plane. We actually picked up Sarah Marie, and the three of us went to Las Vegas for the annual RE/MAX conference. So Terry, Sarah Marie, and I had that experience together. It was great. We're really big self-development people, so we love listening to motivational speakers, and we do love corporate rah-rah. I always did, even when I was in corporate world. I loved going to sales conference every year. And we really derive a lot of great energy from those experiences, and this was fantastic. For those of you who don't know, this was the 50th anniversary of Remax, so Remax always puts on a great conference and a great show, but it was over the top this year because it was their 50th anniversary, and I'm incredibly proud to be aligned with such an amazing brand. We had a great experience. We saw some amazing inspirational speakers. We saw Jared James, who was phenomenal. And also, we had the opportunity to see a woman speak. Her name was Vernice Flygirl, and she actually was the first African American fighter pilot in the US Army. And so she was so incredibly inspirational, and it was great to get to see her talk. We also went to different educational tracks about, marketing in general for SMAD and then real estate stuff for me. So that was fantastic. We had the opportunity to spend time with our brokers and the other people in our brokerage who had been there. So we had a great dinner with them, and that was really fun as well to have the opportunity to bond with them and share that experience. The weather wasn't fantastic in Las Vegas. It was just kind of in the teens, and at night it was actually cool. However, we spent almost every day in conference rooms, so it didn't really matter because, in my opinion, they're always just over air conditioned. And then on Thursday, we had the opportunity to just have a fun day in Las Vegas. So that was Terry, Sarah Marie, and I. And we did some shopping and some sightseeing and all the good things that we like to do. And then we took the red eye home on Thursday night and got home 2 hours before the next big snowstorm that was due to hit Eastern Ontario. And we're so grateful that we got home, because we had a friend that was actually coming a day behind us, and he got 2 days delayed because of all the flight cancellations at Pearson. And we didn't have time in our schedule to be delayed at all, actually, because we had a big commitment on the Sunday. So then on Sunday, we were active participants in the International Women's Day celebration that took place at the Italo-Canadian Club here in Kingston. I was the MC, and Terry provided the sound and lighting and the DJ services for that event, which was also fantastic. But we literally had no wiggle room to be delayed in all of our travels. We have been very busy, as you can tell, and I was thinking about what I was going to share, because we had this date earmarked for me to review everything crazy and amazing that happened in Mexico and Las Vegas, and all my insights and inspiration and all the good stuff. And I do feel all relaxed, and I do feel all warm and fuzzy, and I'm ready to go for the active spring real estate market. But I was actually thinking about what I wanted to share, and the thought that came to mind is, I don't know. I got to be honest, like, I've done some amazing things in the last couple of weeks, and I'm feeling a little bit flat about it, which is odd. But I just wanted to be authentic with you all and tell you exactly how I'm really feeling. Those are great things, and I had a nice time. They were just all nice, which is funny. I am very, very grateful for our beautiful life that we feel we don't need a vacation from. But I start to wonder, as particularly I think at this age, all of the big life milestone things that you need to accomplish, it's kind of weird when you've already accomplished them. So, graduating from school and getting married and having children and building a career and buying houses and all those good things, I've accomplished them. And when I think about the next big life milestone things, they're actually things that are more related to other people. So I'm excited to watch my children get married and to see them have children and become a grandmother, or a Daisy in my case. And that's all wonderful, but they're actually all about other people, which is a little bit weird. So then I get into a little bit of, identity crisis, I guess, and think like, well, what's next for me? So as we were preparing for this podcast, I was sharing with the kids, like, I don't really know what I want to talk about today. And I feel kind of bad for being a little bit flat, given all the amazing experiences I've been blessed to have the opportunity to be part of for the last couple of weeks. And is there something wrong with me? And why am I feeling this way? And we kind of got into a big Doherty debate about how I am fully aware that my life is beautiful and I should be incredibly grateful because I have food on the table and I have a roof over my head and I have friends and family and my health. And those are all the things that are most important. And I was saying, to the kids, like, I do, and I fully am aware of all those things, that they're valid, but do I need to then just ignore my feelings that I have? And that's really what this podcast was meant to be, was a voice for people like me who people just expect we're okay all the time. And you know what? We're not. It's, you have the same life's ups and downs, and sometimes things are unexpectedly the most amazing, fun experience that you didn't expect. And then sometimes things kind of fall a little bit flat, even when they're have big expectations of being a big, great experience. And my feelings are valid too. And I feel like we kind of like push our own feelings down because we shouldn't feel that way. Like, you're so fortunate, Shari, because you have a home and you have family and you have food and you have friends and things. And I know that full on. But it doesn't discount the fact that sometimes I also feel blue or sometimes I feel flat. And I need to acknowledge those, because if I ignore them, then that's not good for my mental health either. And I need to, be a good influence for myself. And I need to keep myself motivated and positive about the future. And I need to, still continue to have relationships with my adult children and just be a positive influence in this life, and maybe share some of the gifts that I have with other people. And maybe that's more fulfilling. I know that I shared that this year looks a little uncertain for us. So maybe that's a little bit of what's scaring me too, because I don't love uncertainty. I like to know what my plan is and where I'm going and what the path looks like. And that was really what scared me most in 2018 when I had my big change. And this year is a little uncertain for us because we are hoping to move. And that isn't happening as quickly as we had hoped it was going to. Number one, there's no houses that we're interested in that are coming up on the market right now. And we're renovating, but that's going a little bit slower than we had hoped as well. So I'm not sure. I like to either, accept we're not moving and just stick my roots back down and enjoy where we live, or be excited about our next chapter, which I'm kind of in the middle right now because I'm not sure what's happening. And then we have some other family stuff going on, and both the kids are in seasons of transition on where they're going to be in the next 6 months or so. So there's a lot of uncertainty, and I'm really not good with uncertainty. At any rate, I wonder if other people are feeling that way and whether or not they have similar thoughts and question, what's next for me. I have lots of big goals and lots of big ambitions, obviously. I'm very proud of this body of work that we're creating. So this podcast is great. This is a creative outlet for me, and I appreciate that people listen along and I get great feedback. I have also shared that I'm looking to launch a book this year, and we have some big plans around the book launch. And then I wonder, when I shake my own head and think, why isn't that enough? What is wrong with you? At any rate, I guess I am just waxing on, so I appreciate people listening. And if anybody has comments or feedback or wants to have a coffee, I'm more than happy to have a chat with you about life's big questions. And if anybody knows anybody who has the answers, I would love to hear that. And I would also love to know anybody who has the fountain of youth, because although I do have big energy and big ideas and lots of dreams still to come, tired sometimes. And so I'm always looking for some kind of good energy shot. At any rate, I do appreciate everyone listening today, and I did want to share my updates and my reflections on my experiences in the last couple of weeks. I hope everyone is well and also has a great day, whatever that looks like for you.